Hi, we're Pixie Riot, and you're watching the Clever References.
Hey guys, Ash here again. After unplanned break, I should say. So I guess this is season 2 of MusoChatter. Anyway, first up, without further ado, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify. Oh, gonna release something soon. Updates that later, maybe. Anyway, so we're gonna start off this new season of MusoChatter with a band I really like. It's a local band. They're called Pixie Riot. You know what? I'll stop talking. This is them.
Am I too far away, or is it?
No, that's perfect. Hey, what's up? So you know what? Let's just start it. Introduce yourselves.
I'm Nick Thorne. I play drums in Pixie Riot.
I'm Declan Hannaford, and I play the synth Pixie Riot.
Well, Pogs are kind of synthy, I guess.
No, I sing and play guitar for Pixie Riot.
Right. So, White Stripes, Black Keys, Japan Droids, Pixie Riot.
Yeah, exactly.
Clever references are also a power duo. Hey. So, the question is, why just the two of you?
I think having less people kind of works out a lot better for us. Not having to worry about more people, and especially with the distance we have. We're about a 40-minute drive from each other. So, so 2 people just happens to work out a lot better for Declan and myself. Yeah.
Right.
Nice to say it as well that we're both very controlling in a sense. To more people, and it makes it just too difficult to control everybody.
Yeah. Have you been in other bands before?
I've played in one called Sharp Edges that I played guitar in. That was a 4-piece, so
yeah.
That's my first band experience that I've ever had.
So is being in a power duo, you feel more agile in songwriting and showing up for practice and stuff?
I guess it's more of a you question. You do a little bit more of the, I guess, songwriting.
I guess he's more the drums. I this is my first proper band. I was before Nick came along. I was mostly just an acoustic guitarist, like an Ed Sheeran thing, as the school would
Right.
But that was sort of where I started songwriting, and then we just sort of got together and I had to learn how to play electric guitar.
So you mentioned Ed Sheeran.
Yes.
Did you ever get into the looping thing before you met
Yes,
Nick?
yeah, I did. That was my first pedal, actually. One of those really crappy $100 loop pedals.
It's not a Ditto for sure.
No, it's not a good Ditto. No, I've got a mate who's got one of those huge ones.
Do you remember what it was actually?
No, I just remember it was probably
Yours was Digitech.
Was it Digitech?
Digitech.
Sure.
He knows more about me than I do.
So you mentioned you're a 40-minute drive from each other. Do you even go to the same high school?
Yes, we go to Parkdale Secondary College.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's about an hour for me to get there, and you're like
around the corner.
Yeah.
Just a quick walk. It's a little difficult, but it's worth it.
So how did you? Sorry, can you be closer together? Sorry. So how did you get? Okay. Yeah. Well, if you're comfortable. So how did you as a band, hey, you play the drums?
Can I answer?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We started at school. One of the teachers was like, let's get this rock band thing together, and it was me on acoustic guitar and singing, Nick on the drums, our mate Pat, who's in Nebutolic, he played electric guitar, and then there was a cello and a violinist player.
A cello and a violinist?
Yeah, but they never showed up.
Is this yellow card?
Exactly. They showed up. The violinist showed up for once, and they never showed up after that. Pretty much. No offense to the both of them.
Yeah.
They're great people, but they never showed up. Pat did show up for a while, and then went off to just smoke in the back of the Oval most of the time, and then it ended up just being us two.
Right.
And it got to a point where there was a show we were supposed to play at school, a soiree for our school, and we're like, hey, let's just do our look good on the dance floor for that show, just the two of us. And I think it was that night we just went, let's just become a band.
Confirmed?
Yeah.
Confirmed. So, in your kind of sort of press materials, if you want to call it that, stuff on your Unearth and stuff, part of the Pixie Riot lore is the Battle of the Bands. Want to tell that story?
We came second in Battle of the Bands, but at the end
When? Where?
Cheltenham Hall.
Okay.
I'd say August.
Yeah, it was middle August last year.
Yeah, we came second in that. We definitely felt like winners because we were offered we were offered so much after
That's
that.
the way.
Multiple gig after gig.
Sure.
Just different experiences thrown left and right at us.
We'd only been a band for a few months before
Yeah.
that, honestly. So it was quite incredible. Like we were already planning our EP because we had 4 songs ready.
Right.
But it was quite incredible.
Today's 2019. This was 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were hoping to do one this year, but it doesn't look like at the moment they're doing it at the Battle of the Bands.
Right.
Whether they do it or not.
So, we're gonna talk about that later, but let's talk about your first EP, that first EP. You had the 4 songs. Was it specifically written for Pixie Riot, or was it like from your Ed Sheeran noodling?
Oh, no, this was Pixie. Most of it was, Gotta make sure, you know.
Yeah. We'll have drum questions.
There was songs like Crawling Back and She Say Nothing were pretty much written mostly for the guitar, primarily together. I think Joker of the Joke, that was a song I wrote. I came up with the idea while I was working a shift in my local footy club, the Canteen. I was like, oh, I have a song idea, and I had to write it all down on one of like the wrappers you give dim sims in.
Cool.
Took it to Nick while we were still practicing at school, and but we come up with like you'll come up with an idea, or I'll come up with an idea, and we'll eventually collaborate and make a song out of it.
Right. So we first met, the Cleverances and the Pixie Riot, we first met at the Maori Hotel when we were doing that open mic and stuff like that.
That is correct.
Yeah. I noticed that you have a kind of sort of a lead mentality towards playing the drums. Is that influenced by anyone, or...?
I think after I saw Royal Blood, that's when we really kind of went, okay, let's do this. But I think because Ben Thatcher's that Royal Blood drummer, he is also a very lead drummer. Because there's only 2 of them, there's a lot more time, I guess. I wouldn't say to show off, but more kind of to shine, because I feel like with a 2-piece, both of you have got to be really tight and know exactly what you're doing, because if one of you stuffs up, there's not many other people to master.
Yeah, exactly right.
And the drums just become so much more important when it feels like the drums become so much more important, especially with the way you write. I think one of my favorite quotes about you write is like you do it very almost melodically in a sense with your tones and everything at once.
Right.
You don't ever want to be in the background for some reason, and that's good. It's what we want to do.
You mentioned writing melodically. Another drum question, like, do you specifically like tune your drums to?
Oh yes, of course. I spend 30 minutes before every gig tuning drums.
Right.
Yes. Well, that's why the school sucks for him, because
like some drummers,
those drums.
Because like some drummers just show up, just bash instruments and be done with it. Yeah. But
they don't realise how it really comes out to the crowd.
It does. It really
It's
does.
cool because you've only been playing drums for how long?
What, 3 years?
3 years, something nuts like that.
Right.
To be that particular, it's impressive. I'm proud of you.
Following up on that, before the 3 years, did you do any? Were you like in like any other instruments, or like?
Oh yeah, I've been playing guitar since.
Right.
I was 10 years old.
Yeah, you mentioned that other band.
Yeah. That was my first instrument, and then my best friend Harry, who I played in a band with called Sharp Edges, he was the drummer, and I think the reason I really wanted to start playing drums was more, I was just kind of like, wow, he's good. Let's see if I can get better than him.
So, at the top of this interview, I mentioned a couple of power duos, but what other influences that you have? It doesn't have to be power duos, obviously.
Yeah, right. Well, I guess I'll break down to 2 things. I think my influences to more create live music is our friends band, Clean Cut Society. After watching them at school play, I was just kind of like, wow, that's incredible. Like, well, if I'm so close to them, they can do that, then maybe I can do that too.
Yeah.
But I think artists outside of people that I know, I guess it's more kind of Foo Fighters for myself, being the first band I ever really loved, but more of something that complements our sound, I guess, maybe the Black Keys.
Alright. Declan?
I'd say for songwriting wise, it's definitely always been Jeff Buckley, David Bowie, and Alex Turner. The 3 I can definitely say, that's who's inspired me a lot. Live sound though, definitely David Bowie again, but I can, any artist who can just show up and just like wow a whole crowd, I'd love to just sit down and study and see what they do.
Right.
Incorporate that, because it's just so much fun.
So you're playing The Joker and the Joke today?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's talk about that song specifically, because that's the song I want to feature.
Great, I think that's the first one we're going to do tonight.
Yeah, we're going to.
Oh, cool. So, Oh no, it's raining. Anyway, talk about it a little bit. So did you? Was it one of the first songs you showed?
I think it's our second one. After
Second song.
Fool's Parade was our very first one.
Yes.
And I think I came to you one day and I was like, hit a snare on the second, and that's all I want from you. That's it. Do nothing else today. Just hit a snare then. No, that one was a lot of fun though. I think to write. It's definitely our most fun song at the
Definitely
moment.
our most fun song.
It's a good one to either start with or do second because it just sort of gets the crowd sort of.
Right. Did it come together quickly, or was it a bit of a struggle?
Yeah, I'd
quickly.
written those like that main E major to G major while I was doing that shift. And then I wrote something like the chorus, the chords in the chorus, I wrote something like that.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, it was quite different and quite terrible because I couldn't actually hear it. But the main idea came pretty quickly, quite randomly.
Right.
Just work shift, yeah.
All right. So thank you for this interview, Pixie Riot.
Anytime.
And we're gonna cut to a performance of them performing.
Joke.
All right. Thank you very much.